Picture this. You're 82. You've seen it all. Crazy rent hikes, subway breakdowns, the works. But the one choice that still stings? Packing up my life and moving into a nursing home. At the time, it felt like the smart play. My kids swore to be all comfort, safety, round-the-clock care. I bought the pitch. But man, was I wrong. The reality hit like a late-night cab fare, way harsher than I expected. If you're eyeing a nursing home for yourself or someone you love, thinking it's a safe bet or the easy way out, pump the brakes. I'm laying out 6 hard lessons I learned the tough way, stuff nobody tells you until you're already in deep. This ain't about scaring you. It's about keeping it 100 so you don't walk into the same trap. Stick with me, because these truths might just flip how you see this choice. And if somebody knows on the fence, this could be the wake-up call they need. Let's get into it. Truth 1, your freedom takes a hit. When I think about what stung the most moving into a nursing home at 82, it's not the bland food or the narrow bed. It's the way my freedom got yanked out from under me like a rug on a slick Harlem floor. Back in my old apartment, I wasn't living like a rock star, but I was the boss of my own life. I decided when to brew my coffee, strong enough to wake the dead, or when to take a slow walk through Marcus Garvey Park, just because the sun hit right. If I wanted to stay up past midnight with a dog-eared book or rearrange my photos for the 10th time, nobody blinked. That's what made it mine. The rhythm, the choices, the little acts that said, this is me still kicking. But the second I crossed the threshold of that nursing home, it was like handing over the keys to my whole existence. I didn't just lose my address. I lost my say. Everything runs on their terms. And trust me, it's a shock that lands like a sucker punch. Breakfast at 7 a.m. Whether your stomach's ready or not, miss it, and you're scrounging till lunch. Want to step outside for some air, catch a breeze like you used to on your stoop? Forget it. You need permission. And even then, you're waiting on a staffer who's got a dozen others to herd. I remember my first week, thinking I'd take a walk to clear my head. I asked, got a nod, but sat there 20 minutes till someone could escort me. An escort at my age, after a lifetime of going where I pleased. Even small stuff, like picking your shirt or deciding when to turn out the light, feels like you're begging for a favor. It's not that they're mean, most aren't. It's just the system. You're a cog, not the driver. That first morning, I woke up, reached for my old mug out of habit, and froze. No mug. No cluttered kitchen table. No beat-up armchair where I'd sit and think. The room was clean, sure, but sterile. Beige walls, a bed I didn't pick, a view that wasn't mine. I sat there, staring at nothing, and it hit me. This isn't home. My routines, my quirks, the way I'd built my days, they were gone, replaced by a schedule carved in stone. You try to push back at first. You ask for coffee later, or to keep the light on past lights out. But the looks you get, the sighs, they wear you down. You stop asking, stop fighting, because it's easy to blend in. And that's the real kicker. You start letting go of your own will bit by bit till you barely recognize a person saying, okay, whatever. It's not just about losing your space. It's about losing you. Those choices, when to eat, where to sit, how to fill your hours, they're the threads of who you are. Hand them over and you're unraveling. If you're eyeing a nursing home, ask yourself, you ready to trade your freedom for care? Because it's not a small swap. It's your life, your spark. And once it's gone, you'll feel that emptiness in your gut every single day, like a song you can't stop hearing. Trust me, that's a loss that sticks. Truth 2, you start fading from their world. Let me lay it bare. One of the hardest truths I learned at 82, after moving into a nursing home, is how fast you can slip out of the lives you thought you were glued to. It's not just about leaving your old Brooklyn walk-up. It's about watching the world you knew keep spinning while you fade into the background, like a mural peeling off a bodega wall. When I signed up for this place, my family was all heart. Promise in the moon, regular visits, Sunday dinners, grandkids piling in with their chaos. I believed them. First couple weeks, it was like they said, my daughter swung by with stories from Flatbush. My son hauled his teens over, their sneakers squeaking on the linoleum. For a hot minute, I felt connected, like I was still part of the noise and mess of life. But then, like a slow leak you don't notice till the tire's flat, things shifted. Visits tapered off. Calls replaced faces. Texts replaced calls. And then, too often, silence. It's not that they stopped caring. Nobody's out here trying to break your heart. Life's just a grinder, especially in the city. Jobs, school, traffic, bills. Everybody's running their own race. When you're not in their daily orbit, not at the kitchen table or the barbecue, it's easy for them to think you're fine, tucked away in the safe place with your meals and your meds. But safe doesn't mean seen. Holidays hit the hardest. You'd hear promises, "We're coming for Christmas." But then plans unravel. Someone's at the flu or works a zoo, and suddenly you're alone in a common room decked with tinsel, watching other folks stare at the door, all of you waiting for a knock that ain't coming. I remember one Thanksgiving, sitting with my tray, picking a dry turkey, telling myself my daughter'd show. She didn't. Not her fault. Life happened, but it still cut. One night, I sat in my room, phone in hand, staring at my son's number. I wanted to call, hear his laugh, but my thumb froze. I didn't want to be that guy, the old man nagging, begging for a scrap of time. So I put the phone down, and that's when it sank in. I was fading from their world. Not gone, not forgotten exactly, but not there either. You see it all around here. Folks clutching faded photos, reliving stories nobody's left to hear, hoping today's the day someone remembers. It's not malice. It's just human. Out of sight, out of mind. And in a nursing home, you're out of sight a lot. If you're thinking about this move, ask yourself, you ready to feel like a ghost in the lives of the people you love? Because no matter how tight your crew is, distance builds walls. Walls of time, of routine, of assumption that you're okay. That loneliness creeps in slow, like damp in a basement, till you're carrying it everywhere. It's not about guilt-tripping anybody. It's about knowing what you're signing up for. Being loved from afar ain't the same as being seen. And trust me, that's a truth that'll sit heavy on your chest every quiet night in a place like this. Truth 3. Purpose slips through your fingers. Let me tell you about the one that hit me hardest when I moved into a nursing home at 82. Losing my sense of purpose. It's not just about leaving my old spot in the East Village. It's about losing the why behind getting up every morning. Back home, life wasn't a Broadway show, but it had meaning stitched into the small stuff. I'd water my finicky plants, coaxing them to keep going like old friends. I'd brew my coffee just right, strong enough to wake the neighbors. I'd tidy my cramped apartment, not because I had to, but because it was mine to shape. Those tasks, tiny as they were, gave me a reason to move, to care, to feel like I was still in the game. They weren't just chores. They were proof I had a role, a point. But when I walked into that nursing home, I didn't just change my address. I lost a thread that kept my days whole. Here, everything's done for you. Meals rolling on a cart. Someone else sweeps the floors, and those plants I babied? Long gone. At first, I thought, hell, no responsibilities? Sign me up. I figure I'd kick back, maybe read more, soak in the easy life. Big mistake. A few weeks in, the days started feeling like they were stuck in molasses. No dishes to scrub, no errands to hustle, no little battles to win, just waiting. Waiting for breakfast, waiting for meds, waiting for bedtime. It's like someone hit mute on purpose itself. The clock ticks, but nothing moves forward. I saw in others, too. There was this guy, Sal, 84, used to run a deli in the Bronx. Always slicing, joking, building something. Now, he's slumped in a chair, hands empty, staring at a TV he's not even watching. "I'm just here," he told me once, voice flat. I felt it. Those words landed like bricks. Without something to tend to fight for, life gets thin. Your mind wanders and stalls. Your body follows, slower like it's forgotten how to try. I catch myself sitting by the window, not planning, not dreaming, just existing like a tenant in my own skin. It's not about being busy for the sake of it. It's about having a spark, a reason to say, this is my day. In a nursing home, that spark's hard to find. Activities? Sure, they've got bingo or some sing-along, but it's not the same as choosing your own fight, whether it's keeping your space yours or making something with your hands. I saw folks who've been teachers, cooks, Artists reducing names on a roster, their stories fading with their fire. If you're a nursing home, ask yourself, what gives your life weight? What pulls you out of bed, even when your knees creak? Because in there, purpose isn't handed to you. It's a scrap you've got to claw for. Lose it, and you're not just passing time. You're slipping away, bit by bit, till you're a shadow of the person who walked in. That's not just a loss. It's a theft, and trust me, it's one you'll feel in every quiet corner of your soul. Truth 4, your body betrays you faster. When I moved into the nursing home at 82, I wasn't expecting to feel like a superhero, but I sure didn't think my body would turn on me like it did, like a busted subway car grinding to a halt. Back in my old place in Queens, I was holding it down for my age. I'd haul my groceries up 2 flights, no elevator. Thanks very much. Mornings, I'd stretch by my window, keeping my joints from locking up. I'd wander the corner store, maybe loop around Flushing Meadows just to keep the blood moving. Nothing flashy, but it was enough to stay steady. My legs worked, my arms could carry I was me. Then I landed in this place, and it's like someone hit fast forward on Falling Apart. The way things are set up here, it's not just a change of scenery. It's a setup for your body to quit on you quicker than you'd ever believe. Everything's done for you, and that's the trap. Meals show up on a tray. No need to chop, stir, or stand in the kitchen. Need something? Push a button, someone will fetch it. Sounds like a deal, right? Wrong. I stopped moving like I used to. No more treks to the bodega. No lifting bags. No pacing my apartment to keep it tidy. At first, I didn't notice. Thought I was just resting. But a month in, my legs started feeling like they were made of cement. My arms, once strong enough to wrestle a stuck window, got shaky lifting a water pitcher. Getting out of chair turned into a whole production, grunting, gripping, praying I wouldn't tip over. I catch my reflection and think, who the hell's this guy? It wasn't just me, either. I saw it everywhere. Folks who walked in upright, leaning on canes and weeks. One woman, Lena, 81, came in spry, bragging she'd never stop her daily strolls. 3 months later, she's in a wheelchair, eyes dull, saying, I don't know how I got this old so fast. The science backs it. Stop using your body and it wastes away. Muscles shrink, joints stiffen, balance wobbles. Here, easy is the enemy. They don't make you move. They make it so you don't have to. I wish I'd seen it coming. Pushed back harder. I could have paced the halls more, done some chair stretches, anything to keep my engine running. Instead, I let the system lull me, and now I'm paying for it. Every step's a negotiation with my own damn legs. I look at folks who came in strong and see them fading, needing help with stuff they swore they'd always do alone. It's not just aging, it's aging on steroids, because the setup strips your drive to fight for your strength. If you're thinking nursing home, ask yourself, you okay with your body clocking out early just because life's easier? Because easy's a lie. It's a slow theft of everything you've built. Once your strength slips, clawing it back's like climbing the Empire State with no elevator. Keep moving or lose it. That's the raw deal. And trust me, it's a truth that'll hit you harder than a late-night MTA shutdown. Truth 5, privacy's a pipe dream. Let me lay out straight. One of the nastiest surprises when I moved into a nursing home at 82 was finding out privacy's as rare as a cheap rent in Manhattan. Back in my old spot in the Bronx, I had my own little kingdom. Doors shut, shades drawn, maybe some Coltrane humming low. Nobody could touch me unless I said so. I'd read my paper, think my thoughts, live on my terms. That was my power, my peace, carved out over decades. But the second I stepped into this place, I realized I'd traded it all for a bed and a meal plan. Privacy in a nursing home? It's a fantasy, like expecting a quiet subway ride at rush hour. From day one, you're under a microscope, and it strips you down in ways you don't see coming. Everything's shared, watched, controlled. Staff breeze in and out. Sometimes they knock. Sometimes they don't. Just checking, they say, but it feels like you're on display. Want a shower? You're on their clock, maybe with an aide standing by, which, let me tell you, ain't exactly a spa day. Bathroom? Push the call button and pray someone shows before it's urgent. I remember my first week, needing to use a John and waiting 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Feeling like a kid who can't handle his own business. Even eating's public. Forget picking your meal half the time. You get what's served, like it or lump it. Then there's the roommate situation. I lucked out with a quiet guy, but I've seen horror shows. Folks stuck with loud snorers, messy types, or someone muttering all night, stealing what little piece you've got. You try to make your corner feel like home, a photo, a blanket, but it's not yours, it's theirs. And they remind you every time they barge in. The worst part? It's not just space, it's dignity. Asking for help with stuff you've done forever, like getting dressed or brushing your teeth, it chips away at you. I catch staff talking to me like I'm a patient, not a person who's lived through wars, recessions, and disco. Time for your meds, Han, they'd say, and I'd grit my teeth, wanted to scream, I'm not your Han, I'm me. You feel like a number, not a name. Your whole life reduced to a chart on a clipboard. I didn't get how much I'd miss locking my door, shutting out the world, till it wasn't an option. Even quiet moments aren't private. Someone's always hovering, scheduling, deciding what's best for you. It's not malice, it's just how it works. But it makes you smaller, less you. If you're in nursing home, ask yourself, you ready to give up your space, your pride for care? Because it's not just a room you're losing, it's the right to be alone, to be yourself, without someone else's rules breathing down your neck. That loss doesn't just sting, it hollows you out, bit by bit, till you're not sure who's left. Trust me, that's a truth that'll hit harder than a midtown cab cutting you off at the light. Truth 6. Leaving ain't easy. Here's the one that blindsided me like a delivery by zipping through a red light. Once you're in a nursing home, getting out is a hell of a lot tougher than you think. At 82, when I moved into this place, I had it all figured out, or so I thought. I told myself it was a trial run, a pit stop. If it's not my vibe, I'll head back to my old spot in Bed-Stuy. I said, like I was just crashing at a friend's for the weekend. I picture my apartment waiting, my life ready to pick up where I left off. Big, fat mistake. I didn't see how fast the door outlocks behind you, how the world shifts under your feet, leaving you stuck in ways you never imagined. First off, your old life doesn't just sit there like a pause movie. My place was empty, yeah, but the bills kept coming, heat, electric, maintenance. I couldn't keep up from a distance, and my kids, trying to help, started making moves. They sold my couch, my table, saying, you don't need this stuff anymore. They even floated renting place out. For your sake, they said. When I brought up going back, it was like I'd suggested climbing Kilimanjaro. You sure you can manage alone? They'd ask, brows raised. Isn't this safer? Suddenly, my plan wasn't mine anymore, it was theirs. And theirs didn't include me back home. That's the kicker. Once you're in, people start reshaping your world without you. Then there's your body. Months of sitting more, moving less, because why walk when meals come to you? And you're not the same. My legs, once sturdy enough for blocks-long treks to the market, got wobbly. My hands, steady for years, fumbled with zippers. I wasn't sure I could cook, shop, or handle stairs like before. That confidence I banked on, it leaked away, replaced by doubt. I'd lie awake, wondering if I'd trip, fall, end up worse off. The nursing home setup doesn't help. Everything's easy, so you weaken faster, making the idea of living solo feel like a pipe dream. Add money to the mix. Fees here chew through savings like rats in a dumpster. I met folks who wanted out, only to find their accounts drained, homes sold, no cash to start over. I saw it with others, too. A woman, Grace, swore she'd leave after a month. 6 months later, her house was gone, leased out, stuff in storage. I thought I could go back, she'd say, voice hollow. The longer you stay, the deeper the roots. Family expectations, physical fade, financial traps. It's not just a choice anymore. It's a current pulling you in. If you're in nursing home, ask, what's your escape hatch? Because moving in feels reversible till you're in it. And then it's like trying to swim against the Hudson. Money, strength, even your own nerve, they slip away, and the life you thought you reclaimed starts looking like a postcard you can't reach. Trust me, that's a truth that'll weigh on you heavier than a packed F train at rush hour. Looking back, aging's no regret. But signing up for a nursing home, that's the one that burns. I walked in chasing safety, comfort, a better life. Instead, I lost my freedom, my spark, my place in the world. Don't get me wrong, some folks need that level of care, and it's a godsend for them. But if you've got other options, fight for them. Stay home. Get help there. Keep your life yours as long as you can. If you're facing this call, ask, is this really the best move or just an easy one? Your routines, your space, your you, it's worth holding tight. Drop a comment with what hit you hardest. And if this vibe's resonating, hit subscribe. Catch you next time.